Liftmaxx so hard that you literally inspire yourself. Look at your bicep and feel inspired. Look at your whole physique and feel inspired. Imagine looking in the mirror, looking at your bicep and feeling inspired. Imagine just looking at your body and not just another influencer like David Lade, Hussein Farrow or Jesse James West. No, don't look at them. If you can look at yourself and feel the same inspiration you felt, like looking at these big influencers, you have completed one of the greatest milestones that you could ever do on self-improvement or any journey in your life. Today I looked at my transformation video again, right? It was just a normal morning. We have the day off today. It's a Wednesday. We have off. I don't know. I forgot why. But you know, I got up at 6 a.m. because I'm just not a degenerate, right? I got up at 6 a.m. I like to have a really like relaxing morning. So like for the first 2 hours of the day, I was just like watching some like educational videos, reading some books. You know, I just like to have that. I don't like to work right away or like do anything like completely like demanding. I just like to relax a bit. I find this like really helps me. So I watch some like Hamza Ahmed videos, or I like read some books. But eventually I can't be bothered anymore, right? So I was just curious. You know, I've been noticing my transformation videos getting a little more traction lately out of the blue like that. I don't know why. And I was just like, okay, let's watch it again. I haven't seen it in a while. So I was just watching it. You know, obviously I live the transformation. I know what it's like. But then I get to the end of the video. And I was just looking at my biceps. So I did some like cool transition. I really wanted to like blow your guys' minds. So at the end of the video, like I basically showed the transformation at its present day. I show an old clip from when I was like probably only a month in, and I basically flexed my bicep like this, and then I kind of like transitioned it into the present day. And, bro, I just had to pause the video and look at it in awe. I know it sounds kind of egotistical, but when I was looking at it, that was my bicep. Those were my arms. Well, no, my arm. That was mine. That was not David Lame's arm. David Lade's arm. Not Hussein Farhat's arm. That was not any other fitness influencer's arm. That was my arm. That was me flexing. That was me. And I had to pause the video. Like, you know when, you know, us gym bros, we're kind of fucking gaying away when we see a guy's arm. We just kind of have to stare at it for a bit. We're kind of gay in all that way. Obviously no homo. We respect each other's progress, right? But this time I did it to myself. I saw my arm. I just had to pause the video and look at it for a good minute. I mean, the angling and everything, the lighting was pretty good in that video I was doing where I flexed my bicep. But I fucking tell you, I had to pause the video and look at it, and just I was saying to myself, this is my arm. This is my arm. This is my arm. This is not anybody else's arm. This is mine. My work. And I just had this wave of inspiration. You know, the first time you probably saw like a transformation video of, I don't know, probably David Lade. You know, David Lade's transformation is something out of this world, right? I mean, the thumbnail is so diabolical. This man was literally like a fucking skeleton, like literally a skeleton from like Minecraft. And then he had that like juicy chest, like kind of most muscular, you know, with his wide clavicles. I don't think I could do that pose without looking at like my clavicles looking really like short. Hold on, let me see. He's like doing the most muscular and like everything popped. But that same feeling I saw in that David Lade video, that thumbnail, that the whole transformation in general. I got the same feeling for me. And I just realized that the work you put in literally pays off. You know, I was thinking probably maybe 2 months ago that, you know, the physique doesn't really change how you feel. Or like, you know, that feeling where you really ask yourself, is this self-improvement thing really doing anything? Is the meditation doing anything for me? Is journaling doing anything for me? And I know my transformation, you know, I love, obviously we obviously all have that body dysmorphia, but I still really appreciate my physique. But not in that way where I really, really appreciated it. You know, I think a lot of us are kind of ignorant about how things change. I remember when I was like 12 years old, I had this like bunk bed, right? I had this bunk bed and there was like a table under it. Like, it was like a bunk bed, but like, instead of like having two beds, it was like a bed up here and like a table here, right? And usually I can just walk under it, like, well, when I was like 12 or like 11 years old or younger, right? I could just walk through, like, under it without any problems. And one day, I was going to the table and I just bumped my head. Like, you know, I don't know what I wanted to do, but I was just going there and I just bumped my head on, you know, like the top of the bed. And in that moment, I realized that I have grown. I've literally grown in height. And, you know, I obviously realized that I was like growing at least every month. You know, I was growing every month consistently, and, you know, I could see the numbers go up, but I never really realized how much I was growing until that day where I was like just trying to go to the table and I just bumped my head on the bed, right? And that's the same feeling I had when I saw my transformation video. It's like I never really realized how much, like I obviously, logically, you know, if you look at the numbers, my bicep is bigger, way bigger, like it's 38 centimeters in circumference, right? Which I think is like 15 inches. Obviously it's way bigger. I think my bicep was like 11 or 12 inches when I started. Something like that. I didn't measure it when I started, but I know probably the first time I measured it, it was like 30 centimeters. Something like that. Obviously I know that they grew, but when I just looked at that video, that clip, I really saw that's my bicep. That's not anybody else's bicep. That's mine. And that wave of inspiration, that's like a motivation that it's like it'll last forever, right? It'll last forever. Like looking at a transformation video, you'll get some motivation. Oh yeah, I can do this. But what if it's you? What if you're the inspiration? You'll have like motivation for the rest of your life. Seeing your work actually pay off, like the amount of times on a bulk where I had to stuff my face to the point that I felt like I was gonna throw up. I remember, goddamn, sometimes I have this like 1,000-calorie protein shake that I drink every day. Without it, I'll be like, I can't do bulk, bro. It's too hard for my skinny syndrome ass. But like sometimes I forget to drink it, right? Because I forgot the ingredients. Usually I drink it in the morning, but you know, the ingredients weren't there, so I had to drink it later. And bro, after dinner I realized, like, oh my god, I haven't drank this yet. Like that shake is responsible for 1/3 of my calories and like almost half of my protein. So it's like, oh my god, I have to get this down. Usually I drink this shake, I only drink like 1/2 of the shake in the morning because the whole shake is like almost a liter. I cannot drink a whole liter at once, especially like a thick shake. But it's really easy to get the whole like 1/2 down. So in the morning and it's gone. And that's already like 500 calories, 34 grams of protein right there. But this time, you know, obviously it's at night. You know, I have to go to bed. I have to get the whole thing down though. And drinking the whole thing at once, bro, I was actually standing over the toilet for like 30 minutes thinking I was about to hurl. Luckily I didn't. You know, every time I did this, I thought I was going to throw up, but luckily I don't. But the feeling is still not good. Like, I'm going to bed, like, I'm just trying to, like, get the covers on me. But I'm, like, trying not to move much because I think I'm just going to, like, throw up. So all those days where I just stuffed my face, even though with my skinny syndrome, no appetite, fucking disorder, I don't know what the fuck that is, you know, obviously all skinny guys have this, you know, we just don't have an appetite, right? But I did that anyway. And not just 1 or 2 days, like probably half of the days, like probably 1 year, 365 days, I had to stuff my face. And like not want to. And then on the cut, you know, not having any cheat meals. You know, I've only cut one time before, and then now I'm cutting. Oh god, I thought the cut was going to be so much easier because obviously I don't have to stuff my face. But I didn't realize how much freedom the bulk gives you, right? You can eat like a ton of shit and get away with it because you need it. Actually, sometimes you need to eat shit to get the calories in, because simply so many calories and eating clean won't get those calories, right? But then sure, on the cut I don't have to eat so much food, but there's literally not much room for cheating. Like now I'm smart with it and I figure out a way to like actually maybe 2 or 3, like 1 or 2 times a week I can actually have a cheat meal. I go get takeout or go to a restaurant and have a decent sized meal. Like I'm talking like actually a good sized meal. Like have like an 800 900 calorie meal and get away with it and still be in a deficit. Like I'm talking an aggressive deficit, not just some like a small deficit, but quite a big deficit. And get the protein, get my you know, my, what's it called, the micronutrients and everything. All those days where I worked, you know, all those days. I know the gym is actually not really that hard if you put your head to it, but still, doing that every day, you have to give yourself some credit, right? People say like the gym is easy, which I do agree. Like I think the people who like post these videos on TikTok where they're like lifting with their hood up and then they're like playing some like depressing audio from some anime character saying, "I'm so alone." You know, like that cringe shit. Like, okay, it's not that deep, but it's the gym. I know you get your anger out. Sometimes you need to like lift some weights to get, you know, that anger out. But goddamn, you know, you're acting as if you just have to kill your own like kin so that the world will like so that the world won't end or something. You're acting like you're fucking, I don't know, your wife was killed and now you have to go like a villain arc. You know, it's like, bro, your girlfriend broke up with you. Tough luck. Come on. But still, even then, you know, you have to overcome bad habits that, like, for us skinny guys, not eating enough, stuffing your face, like, that does it does put a toll on your mental health. I won't say your mental health, but it's tough. And then for the guys who are overweight, like putting down the fork, there's some things like when you're trying to build muscle, you're gonna have to give up a lot of things. Giving up drinking, staying up late, like most nights, like only probably staying up late like once a week max. Obviously diet has to be on top, cutting out things, adding things. You're gonna have to sacrifice a lot for a good physique, and you have to give yourself some credit. I know people say it's easy, like easy the gym. I mean, if you just look at it, like, okay, get protein, get calories, get this and that, sounds easy, right? But obviously it's not. Obviously, you still have to put some work in. I mean, if it was just easy, like everybody would have physique. I mean, I've noticed lately, like, bro, there's gym bros everywhere. Like, it's not actually that rare for someone to have like a pretty decent physique now. Like my friends, like when I started, I was basically the only guy for like I would say the first year, and then one guy joined again, and it was like kind of like an exponential growth. So I was basically the only one for such a long time, and then there was like another guy, and then another guy, and just like suddenly there's like every second person you know goes to the gym, or at least like kind of goes to the gym. But even though those guys that goes to the gym, they barely make any progress anyway. I mean, I know most guys that I know that go to the gym as well, it's not like their main thing. They would probably only go like 2-3 times because, you know, they actually have some other like sport like they have football, or you know any like you know the other stuff. So it's not like a main sport like me, but still like you know you're gonna have to. The fuck? Felt something wet. But there's not a cloud in the sky. You see that? That's fucking weird. Whatever. You know they haven't given up their bad habits like staying up late. Like I actually didn't appreciate how important sleep was for you know in the gym until I actually started sleeping properly. And then one day I like there was like a week where I didn't take sleep like seriously, and then I didn't progress that week at all. Um, and then like drinking on the weekends and you know just general bad habits. You know, sure, protein, calories, and just training in general. That's probably the most important thing. If you get that down, you're gonna have a decent physique. But if you want to go into that next level, you're gonna have to give up more stuff, way more stuff. So I would say I'm probably the most dedicated gym bro, but even then, there's still a lot of gym bros and they're still putting the work in. Yesterday it was I don't know what it's called, but it was some kind of holiday. I think it's for Christians. It's celebrating some prophet, I don't know. In German it's called Johannesnacht. Johannes Day. That's the direct translation. And ironically, even though you're celebrating a Christian holiday, they go out and drink. They basically go out in these trailers, and from like 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock, like 12 o'clock at night to 12 o'clock, no, like 9 o'clock in the morning, they're just partying non-stop, drinking. And then they get these like obviously these big music box, and they're just blasting hard tech and 9 hours straight through the morning at the obviously goddamn. And then these gym bros are also going there. I'm saying this even though literally like what was it 4 days ago I drank. That's the first time I drank in 4 months. 4 months. Yeah. So obviously you have the Liftmaxx as well though. Gym is not everything. But still they're acting like life is unlimited, bro. Like life won't end. Life will end soon. And they're just kinda like fucking about. So that's the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, just have literally the ability to inspire yourself. Like these guys, you know, they're probably like I'm talking to guys who partied last night and went all the way to 9 a.m. bro. Literally, when I'm recording this video, it's 10 a.m. So they literally just got home like 2 or 3 hours ago. Not everybody went through like 12 o'clock to 9 a.m. Not everybody's that fucking delusional, but there was probably these gym bros probably went to 7 a.m. So like 2-3 hours ago, they just came home and I'm out here recording. And that in some way is like inspiring, right? In some ways, that is inspiring to me. I mean, they're gonna feel so awful like today. I mean, they're probably gonna wake up at fucking 4 p.m. or something because they have to obviously sleep after they've been sleep deprived, blasted so much caffeine and alcohol as well, so they're not even gonna sleep good. And they're just gonna wake up feeling so like dead and literally empty inside. And is that inspiration? No. This is inspiration for me. I know it's some egotistical shit. I'm not saying socializing is a bad thing. No, I mean I socialize myself. What the fuck? I mean, probably just a year ago I was doing the same thing. So it's like ironic, right? But I'm in a different phase of my life. But even at this age, I would say you need to be in that phase. You need to be in this phase. Now, I don't completely cut out social life, right? But like staying up late, I have the rule of just staying up late maximum once a week. Like on the weekends, I don't know, maybe my friends say, come over. I'm like, okay. But you know, no drinking, none of that. I still go out with girls, still like all that. Obviously, I'm not a fucking social retard now, no. But you still have to sacrifice something. Not just for a gym, but for other things. Like this. If I went out last night, I wouldn't be recording a video right now. And probably for the next like 2 or 3 days, because I'm just like when you come back from partying, you know, it's not just like, okay, party, then discipline. It's like kind of party, and then it's like half discipline, and then you kind of like 2 or 3 days later, then you're back. So I wouldn't be recording probably for the next 2-3 days if I went last night. So it's like, find your priorities, bro. And I know. Social life. I mean, I had my priority as a social life like a year ago, and I was like going out every weekend, not drinking every weekend, but like maybe like 1 or 2 times a month, right? And I was really prioritizing my social life, and I don't regret that at all. But these guys, you know, I probably only prioritized it for like, okay, a year. Maybe not a year. Like really prioritizing it was probably when I was injured. I ripped my tricep tendon, couldn't train, so I'm like, bro, let's just fucking fuck off, you know. Let's just do some fun shit. And then once I healed my injury, it's like, bro, I've had enough. I've had enough partying, bro. I just don't want it. Nah, I'm done. I'm too old for this shit. When I'm 16, I'm saying I'm too old for this shit. Yeah, bro. I hope you learned something.